in detail, the information must be available. According to the Richard L. Draft, the different structural dimensions are, oh, we are going to talk here: formalization, specialization, hierarchy of authority, centralization, professionalism, and personal ratios. So here, the degree of formalization. First, the step is going to be degree of formalization, again specialization, hierarchy of authority, centralization, and again professionalism and personal ratios. Coming here, in highly, look at the screen here. So degree of formalization is going to be happen uh, in a highly formalized organization. A clear and detailed rules and regulations and procedures governed by the behavior of and outcomes. The management control system in a formalized setup required a detailed report to be prepared containing information about the activities and outcomes. Periodic comparisons. Look at here, periodic comparisons are made and a detailed variance measures to assess the progress. So, a periodic comparisons and assessments are needed, and the controlling system. It will look at the detailed rules and regulations are going to be helpful to do the task in a right way, and the procedures go on the explicit rules and regulations are going to the procedures are going to helpful to govern the behavior of an employee and their outcomes. The management control system in a formalized setup requires detailed reports to be prepared and containing information about the activities of the employees as well as their outcomes, and this is going to be compared, and periodic feedback system and periodic comparison are needed. So the periodic comparisons are made, and detailed variances are measured to assess the progress of the organization as well as the employee groups. Formal reward systems are put in place to motivate the contribution towards the achievement of the organizational objectives. So, the formal reward system, it is again a part of the uh, organization. What is the performance measurement tools and performance management system which is adopted by the company to motivate the human factor effectively to contribute their efforts at optimum level. So the formal uh, reward systems definitely bring into the place to motivate the employee contribution and motivate them to give their performance at optimum level. So reward system talks about and the performance system for their effective work, whatever the work here the employee have contributed, so that his effort is going to be recognized, identity and recognize the employee effort. For that some sort of remuneration, reward remuneration have to be given to the employee, or giving some sort of promotion or additional responsibility, giving an identity to that employee. Definitely these factors are going to be motivate an employee and to put their abilities more at the work premises. So the degree of formalization can be high in the job of routine nature, so that coordination is facilitated. However, the professionals performing non-routine jobs may be demotivated if they are bounded by too many formal rules and procedures. So, if any subject matter expert and skilled labor, if he is going to push into non-relevant job or irrelevant job, definitely, if it is the job is not routine to him, means it's not a regular job. If he is going to push into cross-cultural job or cross uh, it's a different roles and responsible. Definitely the employee is going to be demotivated. Whatever the manpower or the employee, he is not an expert into that domain, so it is not a routine job. But suppose the management tries to identify the employee skill and giving his routine job, then he can put his effort at optimum level. But if he is going to push into different jobs, is going to be demotivated. That is going to be ultimately affect the organization performance. Look at here. The screen is visible to you all, which I am sharing here. Okay. So, responsibility centers, and here we are talking about the dimensions of the organizational design. So, here we have discussed. If I click here, what it could be. Okay, it's a formalization. The structural dimensions of organizational design. Look at here: formalization, specialization, hierarchy of the authority, and centralization. Again, professionalism and professional ratios. And coming here, the formalization, the extent to which written rules and records are maintained in the organization. So formalization is, so definitely the management are have to do some research about the, to create some sort of records and maintain, they need to gather the data, fundamental information about the challenges of the organization. So how it is going to be defined various positions in an organization. So after deciding that, the we need to collect the data and the documentation of the data about the activities of the employees and their behavior, right? So the number of attempts we need to do to clearly understand about the employee roles and responsibilities and their activities and behavior under formalization. Coming to specialization, the specialization is a relation again after identifying the number of how many people are needed. After that, this is a specialization talks about. So look at here. When we organizational design, the structural designs are construction, Contextual designs. So the structures of the organization structure talks about, so what is the formal groups and what are the informal groups, and formally how it is going to be designed. So the hierarchy of the management, superior layer as well as the lower level of the management. So after that, specialization means is going to be talk about the how jobs are going to be divided into subgroups. So specialized activities, we are going to hire the managers from top level to the lower level management. In top level also, look at here, the CEOs, chief executive officers, is a functional level. The functional level also finance related, HR related, marketing related, and technology related, project management related, supply chain related, like that. We are going to divide the functional as well as operational. So definitely we need to describe the at functional level, roles and responsibilities of the job. So for that again, subdivided groups, subgroups are also have to be identified. So the top level to middle level, branch level managers, what's the roles and responsibilities, again supervisor level. So the specialization is also very important. Specialization talks about the particular employees are going to be trained as well as having hands-on experience to execute their uh, jobs for the attainment of the organizational goals. If you take about a HR professional can perform his job at the HR operations, but as well as a marketing profession is going to give his efforts. He can 100% put his efforts in the marketing side, like sales and advertisement. Sales is one segment, advertisement is one segment, and the marketing is another segment. So again, online marketing, digital marketing, these are all the different functional areas of the organization. Definitely we need a specialized people, specialized specialization talks about again job description and specification, what kind of specific skill sets are needed when we look into the employee as well as the organization structure. So organization structures, again job analysis at various levels of the position. At various levels of the position means it is not that much of simple job, and we need to do some sort of systematic investigation. And how many HR inventory we need to do, HR inventory. Inventory talks about the, so at higher level what is the uh, number of employees are needed, and at what positions, if any new positions are going to be created in an organization. For the new position also, what is the need of the new position in an organization, what kind of uh, tasks they are going to be attained, at what level is also important. What if it is needed at superior level management, superior level or middle level, or at the lower level management. So where, at what position, how many employees are needed, with what skills, what specialized skills, the roles and responsibilities we need to discuss. So that is the specialization research is also important. So these all are operated in a systematic way when the organization have a clear structure, and the structure is helping the structure have a process, functions, and the process and functions and help to the management to coordinate the various levels of the employees in a systematic way. So hierarchy of the management, again after identifying the formalization, again specialized skills at various levels. So again, hierarchy of the management and hierarchy of authority is also important. Authority talks about here, so whether the decision making is going to be centralized or decentralized. So how jobs are going to be broken down into several parts and several positions. And hierarchy of the management, definitely if you take any organization having top, middle, and low, and employee groups, and employees also have some deviant behavior, employees also have responsibilities, and employee also have to be, any category of the employee have the job description and specification, where he's going to fit, what kind of qualifications are needed, what kind of skill sets are needed, what kind of prior experiences needed to execute a particular position. For that where we are going to position a particular job, that is going to be explained clearly under structural dimensions of the organizational design. So the organizational design, the structural design of the organization is going to communicate clearly at top level how many positions are there and with what titles. Title in the sense, so that is the title means job, which job is going to be executed. So in the structural dimensions, so definitely we are going to talk about the size of the organization is the matter, and the operations are the matter, and what technology they are adopting to attain goals are also matter. The hierarchy of the authority, the relating relationships prevent the in the organization. So the span of control. So hierarchy talks about the span of management as well as span of control. So under one superior, how many subordinates are going to be reported to the superior management. So this is going to be called as a span of control, is defined as the number of subordinates who are report to the supervisor or the higher level manager. So span of management talks about as a management how many subordinate managers they are going to manage with 5 or 10 under him. So if it is going to be it is a the organization structure, the structural design is a hierarchical design, or it is a horizontal design, or vertical design, or it is a matrix design. The organization is going to adopt the the structural designs of the organization depends on their mm, need of the organization and the nature of the organizations. The power is again coming to here. The hierarchy of authority talks about generally the superior level managers are going to be take the decisions related to policy making and objectives. The implementation part goes to the lower level, and the subordinate level is going to be achieved. So this in this context here, the higher number of so degree of specialization and degree of authority, degree of centralization, the professionalism and personal traits we need to talk about here. The degree of specialization, organizations which are on a specialization, each person performing only a small range of activities in which he or she is a specialist. One of the achieving specialization is functional specialization, in which jobs is broken down into several parts. This is useful in overcoming restrictions of time and knowledge in performing the complex jobs. So, as the job is performed, individual employees is one of the routine nature in an organization with a high degree of specialization. Control systems usually consist of explicit rules and procedures which help establishes certain standard actions and results. So the degree of specialization is also very important when we design the job specifications. Look at here, any organization have we need to do some analysis about the how to perform the different tasks. The task in the sense, it may be a operational, it may be a marketing, it may be a procurement and production, right? It is a cocktail of operations are going to be operated when the decisions are going to be taken. See, specialization talks about the person is going to perform a small range of jobs, which he is a specialist means he is a subject matter expert, and he is going to have um, he have the excellent skill set to operate the particular job. In this case, so the specialization is it talks about where the specialized skills are needed. Look at here, every manager is a manager, but whether you are going to look at these descriptions are going to be the specializations are needed in the sense. So the in the operation side, we can't assign a job like a fitter can't do electrician job, a electrician can't do a fitter job. Look at here, these are all the technical jobs, but again the fitter is going to be do his job. Why? Because the fitter have study his education, his training is into different areas of the production side, where electrician is going to be trained on electric circuits and electric, these all those things like that. The specialization is important when we are going to assign the task from the lower level jobs to higher level job. We should do a clear and we should understand, we should do clear research and careful research to understand the so what specialization skills are needed to the organization. Coming to the degree and authority, so in the organization, the span of control, the large number of people are report to a particular manager. The hierarchy of authority is a flatter than the organization with a narrow span of the control. So the centralization, decentralization, if the when the control system, the power is going to be centralized and when it is going to be decentralized. So centralized in the sense the manage the complete power, decision making powers are going to be at the top level only. The subordinate level people do not have the power to take the decisions at the time. It will the advantages and disadvantages also there. So here we are going to look at some of the types of the organizational structures to understand how the structural dimensions of the organization and how it is going to be helpful to attain the organizational goals. There are two approaches to the structural design of an organization. Either it is the hierarchical or flat. During an organizational design, this is one of the most critical aspect, since it governs how the information and control flows throughout the organization. It is a trade-off between efficiency and innovation. Understand here, we are going to study one is the hierarchical structure, second one is the horizontal organizational structure, again vertical organizational structure, and production and functional organizational structure, uh, and matrix organization structure. So these all are the different types of the organization structures. The organization structure itself talks about how to communicate the various roles and responsibilities of jobs at a different hierarchy, and how the communication system, what kind of communication system, feedback system to the, how the policies are going to be designed, how the workforce is going to be distributed from top level to low level managers to that employee level. Again, the what kind of feedback system to measure the performance of the employees time to time. So in that, here we are going to talk about the hierarchical organizational structure, again horizontal organizational structure, uh, vertical organizational structure, and vertical organization structure, and product and functional organization structure. And finally, we are going to talk about the matrix organization structure. These all are going to be a developed to attain organizational goals in an effective way. Look at here, the hierarchical structure, it is the most traditional form of the organization. The management is organized in layers of managers and supervisors who are being led by top visionary manager leaders. The control flows vertically. The strategies are decided by the higher layer. In the hierarchy, each lower layer executives So centralized decision making, the nature of the hierarchical structure is the power is going to be centralized, the decision making is going to be centralized. The higher layer management has more decision making authority than the lower hierarchy of the management. Hence, the problems and issues and the conflicts need to be channeled through the hierarchy till it reaches the levels at the appropriate authority to solve the problem. The proposed solution is then communicated down to the concerned employees. Here, the decision making power is in this hierarchical structure. The structure itself hierarchy. It's going to maintain the hierarchy. The higher layer of the management is purely responsible to take the decision, and the decision making power and authority is going to be in the hands of the higher level management only. So they are going to be any problem that is going to be channelized through a proper channel, and the problems and issues and conflicts are going to be cleared with a predefined structures and explicit rules and regulations. So it is going to give the lower level managers also have their set, the power is going to be limited to them to take the decisions without, they can't cross their limits to take the decision. And here the nature of the hierarchical structure, it is the superior lead and restrict rules, and it is going to be clear reporting lines. So here the communication system is very formal. Under hierarchical organization structure, the communication system is very formal. The lines in the organization, chat rooms for the clearing, reporting, structuring, and it creates an unambiguous control of the task delegation. It unambiguous means, so it is already an explicit rules and regulations, predefined performance rules and regulations are there. So it is going to give a clear direction to how to report, where to report, and periodically how the reports are going to be compared, how to take the to understand the things are going to be in a proper way or not. So it is going to be helpful to create an ambiguous control of task delegation. So generally it is a large size depending on the hierarchical organizations are usually very large in size. They consist of the larger number of employees. It is a natural progression of any organization as it grows in a size. Each supervisor can only effectively manage a limited number of employees. For this reason, more employees require more superiors, and hierarchy grows naturally. So advantages of this model is it is all about the hierarchical organization structure. Advantage, high efficiency is one of the advantage. Here, every uh, activity and roles and responsibilities are predefined and clearly, and uh, detailed descriptions are there. So it is going to give the high degree of task specialization, clear roles and responsibilities. Predefined conflict management is also going to be defined, expected. All makes the operations are very predictable and easy to control. Disadvantages with this system is the strength depends upon the leaders, and the cultural politics are going to be there. Uh, Here, demotivational things are going to be there here. And what do you mean by the strength in of the leader? Means the strength of the organizational structure depends upon the abilities of the supervisor. If lead by a weak leader, the entire hierarchy below suffer the, so definitely if in a hierarchical means the hierarchy, the boss is weaker in leadership qualities and weaker in decision making, the entire team, the following team is going to face problems, and it's losing the confidence and doing the jobs, and it creates some sort of unambiguous environment to do, to motivate the employee in a right way. So again, a cultural politics can also happen in a hierarchical thing. In a hierarchical different layers, and a superior layer of the management and lower level of the management, definitely there may be some sort of politics are going to be happen the hierarchy wise with respect to the different aspects will come into the picture, that a deeper hierarchy, maybe group conflicts are going to be there, and so coming to the horizontal organization structure, the time is going to be uh, come down here, but in the horizontal organization structure, it is like the hierarchies are going to be minimized, and reporting structure is not primary control or decision making authority. The role of the hierarchy is limited to a strategic planning and resource allocation, resolving conflicts, and interacting with the external environment. Across the departments, our team communication is encouraged. Employees are empowered with the decision making and independence, and a culture of collaboration is prompted. In a horizontal organization, utilizes the following tools as a method to avoid the hierarchical culture. The horizontal means there is a problem here. The superior level managers are also going to be come down at the peer level. So here, generally, this system is going to be happen. Horizontal hierarchy system is here, no hierarchy of the management, all people are going to be treated at the horizontal level. In this case, the top level, talk about the superior level managers and position people are going to be bring down to the lower level. Definitely they are going to feel some sort of uh, a friction is going to be happen when they are going to work with the lower level of the people. So here, this is the system, it is going to be happen. Information system, the information technology is actively used as a means of exchanging knowledge with the organization. So in this horizontal organization structure, task force are going to be created. A task force is a temporary team which is going to be created by collecting the experts of the different departments or units. The task force is going to be designed to deal with the special challenges of the organization, or it is going to be, if any problem is going to be faced by the organization, so from the different units, the experts are going to be collected and make them as a task force. The task force is going to be assigned the particular charter or giving tasks. After solving that problem, the whatever the task force people are going to be joined in that task force, they are going to go back to their respective jobs after dissolving the issue. So this is going to be happen. And look at here, a project manager. Project management is a project manager is completely responsible from the beginning of the project to delivery of the project. A project manager have a project chatter talks about, it is a keynote about the project proposals, project budget lines, and dealing with the clients, and how to solve the client problems. A project manager or a program manager is appointed by the primary responsibility to consider between employees in the different departments. So in the horizontal, here we are going to meet the teams. Different teams are going to be worked across the functional teams. Conjunction with the project manager is a solution to the long-term collaboration, especially when a task force is not sufficient. The project is usually a large scale, requires extensive innovation over a period of time that can only achieved by the harnessing the collective expertise in a current departments. So then advantages, disadvantages of this is, in the horizontal organization structure, we can get the learning environment is very good in the horizontal organization structure. Why? Because we are going to, there is no positions, there was no hierarchy, so all category of the people are going to be bring down into horizontal level. There may be a choice to interact with the superior layer, management is going to interact all the time. The superior level management or the top level management is very close to the lower level people. They can guide the lower level managers and the employees in a right direction. Here the learning environment is more. Coming to the disadvantages, the horizontal is difficult to implement. R&D horizontal organization structure is difficult to implement. Why? Because the success and effectiveness is very much dependent upon the cultivation of organizational culture that promotes rewards and collaborations. And the it also hard to transform an existing hierarchical or organizational horizontal. The existing management layers need to be removed or result in either downsizing or the new roles are going to be assigned to a manager. In the new roles, the managers need to be leaders or coach, mentors, and have to learn resist position power for getting the things done. Their roles get changed from boss to peer, peer to shift. So usually it is not welcomed by the higher level managers, the higher level uh, employees. So it is viewed as a socio-economic decline of the management. That is the reason this is so one, it is difficult to implement. And having uh, even though the real salaries might be more, but definitely managers will have the less authority, and it will have the enforcement and lack of authority. And the lack of authority here, the authority is not there. Every member is going to contribute, and they having the power is going to be decentralized. The power is going to be distributed among the group of the people to attain the goals. And the vertical organization structure, look at here, the vertical is again it is going to be the main of the vertical structure exists, functional and divisional. The functional structure, functional management, as well as the look at here operational and divisional level. So the functional talks about here the president. You look at the president, R&D, manufacturing, marketing, HR, finance, and the procurement. These are all the different functional levels. And you look at here the functional structures also. So these all people are going to be worked under the president. And R&D have again R&D department, research and development have the CEO of the R&D and CEO of the marketing, CEO of the manufacturing, human resource management, finance, procurement. Like that, the organization structure have in a vertical form. Again, under R&D, again you have the structure. Under manufacturing, you have the structure. It will go on. So here, the advantages of the vertical organizational structure: the organization can develop experts in the respective areas, and it, individuals can perform uh, only the tasks which they are most proficient. And this is going to be very helpful in the form of logical and easy to understand. Disadvantages of this vertical organization structure: people are in specialized souls and often fail to coordinate or communicate with other departments. Cross-functional activity is more difficult to promote in vertical organization structure. The structure tends to be resistant to change. So coming to the structure tend to be resistant. Coming to the product and functional organization structure, this is also a part of your organization structure. Here, president is there, division of product mix, division of product X, product Y, product Z. So under division, so product and functional organization. So any product is there, that is going to be division of product X, division of product Y, division of product Z. Again, manufacturing, marketing, finance, R&D. So same thing is going to be implemented for everything. Look at this organization structure. This is going to be, any organization have is going to produce multiple products. So definitely they need to distribute the tasks. The large organization need large number of the employees. The large number of the employees are going to be divided into divisional wise, branch wise. So like that, it is going to be, it can help to understand and measure the things, whether things are going in an appropriate way or not. So it provides the more focus and flexibility on each division and core competency. The Product and functional organization, it allows the divisions to focus on producing specialized products and also using knowledge gains from the related divisions. And this product and functional design, it can allows more coordination than the functional structure. So functional management and operational management. So product and functional organization talks about here. So these all different division people are going to report to the concerned president. So the decision making authority pushes to the lower levels of the organization, enable faster and customized decisions. This is going to be, the power is going to be decentralized here. The disadvantages with this structure, it can result in a loss of efficiency and a duplication of effort because of each division needs to acquire the same resources. Each division often has own research and development, marketing, and other activities. Employees with the similar technical career paths have less interaction. So divisions may be competing for the same customers. So the final organization structure is a matrix organization structure. This is, you look at here, a matrix structure is a combines a combination of functional as well as the divisional structures to create a dual command situation. In matrix structure, organizational structure, an employee reports to two managers who are jointly responsible for the employee performance. Typically, one manager works in an administrative function such as finance, HR, information technology, sales, or marketing, and the other works in the business unit related to a product or service as a customer or geographically. Look, this the matrix organizational structure. So president is there, and again the departments are there. Look at the manufacturing department, marketing department, finance, R&D, HR, and production. It will go on again for the different products. Manager for product X, manager for product Y, manager for product Z, like that. It will go on continue. So this is going to be a different product mix, different types of the organizational structures. Is a large organizational structure where we need a integrated control system to control the activities in the matrix organization structure. It creates a functional and divisional partnership and focus on the work more than on the people. It can minimizes the cost by sharing the key people, and it is going to helpful to create a better balance between the time and competition and the cost also. It provides a better overview of the product that manufactures in a several areas sold by various subsidiary units in different markets. So the disadvantages of matrix organization, responsibilities may be unclear, thus complication governance and control. And one more disadvantage, reporting to more than one manager at a time can be confusing for the employees and the supervisors. So the disadvantage is the dual chain of command requires cooperation between two direct supervisors to determine an employee work priorities and work assignments and performance standards. So just go through these, and we have covered the definition structures and responsibilities. Under that, we have studied the degree of specialization, degree of authority, degree of centralization, hierarchical management structure, horizontal organization structure, vertical organization structure, product and functional organization structure, market matrix organization structure, and the positions also have to be uh, defined at different positions. The JD, the job analysis, have to be done, and clearly explicitly and implicit rules and regulations have to be designed for every position, predefined roles and responsibilities. The self-assessment questions here, you look at the self-assessment questions which I have given in your material. So explain the types of the different types of the organization structures and responsibility centers. So this we will discuss coming lecture about the responsibility centers. We will catch you tomorrow. Thank you.